Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this Friday. I hope everybody is doing well. Special guest, long time coming. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I had plenty of guests to come on, frankly speaking. I reached out to John Carpenter, reached out to Jamie Lee Curtis, reached out even to the great director, Steven Spielberg. Did they reply? No. So I had to get the next best thing. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him, you love him. My partner on the Slaughtered Lamb, Mr.
Hey.
Darren Sands from Only Sands. How you doing, Darren? I didn't even try to get those other two. Those other three.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you for being here.
This is all weird. Nice. Look at this. You've got all this backdrop and stuff. And
oh, it's all going to change. It's all going to change. I got to change it again. I got to dust. That's the most important thing about having a backdrop, right? You got to dust because you don't move stuff around or anything like that.
So you're going to redo it all again?
So when I start my other channel, I actually think I'm going to start like two more.
2 channels?
Just do 3. I got to have Barry. Barry got 120K subscribers.
Yeah.
So I want to have like 3 or 4 channels, see what one works, and then just kill the other ones.
You're just going to test the water with 3 different ones and then all the same thing, all the same content.
Yeah, it's all going to be the same.
Interesting. That would be interesting.
Which one works? Different intro and everything like that. And no, they're all going to be different subjects and everything like that. It's so, as you know, starting one of these channels, you know, when we started TSL, we started as just a podcast and just audio, and it was easy. And then we're like, okay, let's see if we go to YouTube and just add, you know, ourselves to the camera. And then we started getting like, okay, we got to go a little bit bigger. We're starting to get a lot of subscribers in, and then it just wears down on you a little bit. You know, you
it's
got 2
hard
people.
Work.
It is, and I think what was good is that we did take our little break.
Yeah.
You know, it's and Darren and I didn't have a falling out. You know, because I had somebody message me and they said, "Hey, you know, are you two fighting?" And I'm like,
did they really?
Yeah. And I'm like, no, we're taking a break. Darren's doing a good thing, you know, focusing on Only Sands. He's having fun. He's killing it over there, focusing on what he wants to do. I'm taking a break. And if people follow my Instagram, I've been posting a lot about not only the weather, but my kids.
I was going to say the weather. That's all I've been seeing on your Instagram. Snow.
The horror of snow. You know, but it was kind of a nice break.
Yeah. It was 5 years and like kind of pumping out 2 to 3 episodes a week was just, you get to the point where it's like we were running out of things to say, running out of things to talk about. We were covering old ground. We were redoing old episodes. All sorts of stuff was going on. And it was nice to kind of just take a step back and, you know, concentrate on our own thing for a bit. You took a little break. And then we'll just, you know, we're doing this today and we'll see how it goes and what happens after this.
Not only that, we were pleading with Dave to come on as much as we can, as much as he could.
He would always come on.
Yeah. And so we were like, oh, okay, we'll make this like an hour. Well, it never was an hour, was it?
Yeah. But no, it's good. It's good to do this. It's good to chat for the first time. We had a little private Zoom call last week, did we? And decided what we were going to do. Yeah. And we'll just take it easy. We'll do maybe 1 week on your channel, 1 week on my channel. Maybe we'll go on the TSL one. Who knows? We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. And when we decide what we're going to do, we'll let everybody know.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
it.
But there's no point in burning ourselves out like we would do. And it's very difficult, folks, when you got time difference as well. You know, it's only 4 hours at the moment, but it's 5 hours normally. And, you know, you've got to kind of line those things up. Try not to get it in the way of your social life, your home life. As Frank has to, he's got kids. It's just really difficult to do that. And yeah, it was nice to just kind of step back from that for a bit.
It was right now is the most impressionable ages for my kids. You know, so they're 6 and 10.
Yeah.
And when they hit about in their teenage years, they're going to want to not be hanging around with dad anymore.
Mm.
You know, but I still want them to continue to hang with dad.
They will. You're taking one of them to, where are you taking him? Some or something?
Yeah, I'm taking to a pub, getting his first beer. No, what I'm doing, I'm taking my youngest one because he's starting to like what I like, and he steals what I have back here. Sometimes when I come off of work, all this stuff has been rearranged, and I asked.
Well, the next time he does it, can you get him to dust?
I got to tell him to stop leaving markers around, you know, because they write on the wall and everything. I'm like, you know, and yeah. So my youngest one's getting into, you know, my comics, and he likes comic books. He likes superheroes. So I said to him, "Do you want to go to North Carolina for me, with me?" And he goes, "Why?" And I was just like, "Okay." And even Sarah asked, you know, my wife. She goes, "Why?" And I said, "Well, because they have a big con down there called Heroes Con. Artists and celebrities are going to go down there. It's the second biggest convention for superheroes and comic books, besides San Diego Comic Con and New York Comic Con. I can't take him there because I'll lose him." So I asked, "Do you want to go?" And he goes, "Yeah." I said, "We're taking a plane." He goes, he's more excited, Darren, for the plane. An hour and a half.
Has he never been on a flight before?
No.
So who's there? Who's he going to meet?
Hopefully, I heard that Todd McFarlane's going to be there.
Okay.
Secretly, he may show up. Scotty Young. These are all, you know, just artists. And we're doing a little shopping around too, and you know, it should be fun. It's just going to be me and him. It's going to be father and son. Ladies and gentlemen, to tell you the truth, I'm using him to get free stuff.
Why not? Why not? And jump queues as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna say, "Isaac, do me a favor, limp a little bit." I'm gonna hold your hand, just limp, and just be like, "Dad, it's too far to walk with my bum leg." I'm like, I know. The stem cell should work a little bit. They just should be here a little bit, and then we'll just move right up. That's what happened with when I went to the last Monster Mania. Ralph Macchio was there.
Okay.
And he lets every person with kids go up first to cut the line.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was like, "Do we really want to see Ralph Macchio?" And he was like, everyone's like, "Who?" And I'm like, "My kids don't know."
He just wants to meet Savini and Fluffy, right?
Yeah, Savini, Fluffy, the nun. Who? What was the girl's name who plays the nun?
Oh, I can't remember her name now. Catherine, somebody is it or something?
Bigelow.
Bigelow, yeah, her. Kid him on.
Marisol said, "Isn't that the reason to have kids?
What, to make them limp?"
Yeah, to get free shit. Let's say hello to everybody before we begin. Chester's here, Janine's here, Michael Dammit is here, Craig, Daz. Daz, what happened yesterday?
I've figured out, right, somebody messaged me today. So there's this thing called latency within OBS, which I'm unaware of. Mm-hmm. Whereas there's like a delay. And I didn't realize that if people are in the UK, it kind of gets to them quicker than it does people over the water. So I have to play around with those settings a little bit so that it's a fair game. And
is Daz across the pond?
No, Daz is in Birmingham, which is about 130 miles away from me versus 3,000 miles with everyone else. So I've got to play around with it.
You're on the whole cable junction line from Jaws 2.
Yeah. I still think Daz would be in with a good shot anyway, but I think next week we're going to do taglines from movies.
I think so. That would be good.
And that'll be more instant. And the thing is, if you know it, you bang it in straight away. If you have to go away and Google it, that's going to take you time. So it's not worth it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I think the ones who know it will be first in there. So it should be fun. I'm going to start putting that together over the next few days.
The funniest poster, you know, there was two. You were kicking yourself yesterday because Darren did a whole, you know, guess the poster and took a little shots of the poster, and he had to guess it. Daz kicked everybody's butt, but VHS was right behind him, closing in. One that made me laugh is that you kind of zoomed in on Event Horizon.
Oh yeah.
It said "E-ho."
It did. It did. It did. I didn't realize when I did it that I was zooming in on the name of the ship. I'm like, there you go, folks. Guess that. And you could see was it Ev-ho or something?
Yeah,
on
it was E-ho.
E-ho.
It's the Japanese version. and I think the other one that I thought it was funny was it was definitely that. But then you couldn't understand why people would have gotten Wishmaster right just by a drop of blood.
Yeah, I thought I was being like really smug with that, just zooming in on that blob, and because I haven't seen it for years. I haven't seen it for years since it came out, so I didn't understand that. That's probably a really key part of the film or something. Is that red blob? I don't know. I can't remember, but yeah, everybody just went straight away. Wishmaster. I think this one's way too hard, but yeah. People did well. It was good. It was good.
It was a really good episode, and still continued to do well because people are going back, and I think they're trying to see if they can get it. As well after the fact, and that's the whole thing. You want replayability afterwards.
No, it's always fun. I like to do a live stream which kind of pushes things a little bit, but Yeah.
John Jones is here. Michael Dammit, Evil Alex, Florida Man, who was there yesterday, right? Craig. Thomas Clark, Andrew Stevens, what's going on? He says, hell yeah, TSL gang. Who else is here? Marisol is here. Timbo Slice, CM. Hey, CM, what's going on? Jordan Moran, Logan is here. Good to see Logan. Stevie G. Keep going down. Pat is here. What's going on, Pat? Yep, Pat brings up the saddest thing we heard today. Oh, Darren, how were you when you heard the news? This man, legend. Yeah. Is he a legend over there? He's an American legend over here.
Well, he's kind of an 80s, I wouldn't say legend here, I would say 80s icon. That's what I'd say, like if Michael Caine dies here, then he's a legend. He's an 80s, he's a legend in the UK. But Chuck Norris, he's Americana, isn't he? But he's still a huge, Chuck Norris over here was a video store staple. I wouldn't say he was on the big screen or anything like that. We didn't have too many Chuck Norris films go to the big screen. Everything just came straight to video. So everybody was just clambering for them. And as I said in my post earlier, I think for me, The Delta Force is still my favorite film of his. But yeah, it's really sad. And then I heard something last night about him being taken to hospital, but apparently he died 24 hours ago, didn't he? He died yesterday morning or something, and they've left it a day to make an announcement. But I only saw a video of him on his Facebook page of him and his wife celebrating something. Was it the other day? I can't remember what it was now.
The anniversary or some sort?
It was something like, was it his birthday a couple of days ago or something? Oh. I think it was something like that, but it was him and his wife. They were in their house and they were celebrating something.
March 10th, when he was born. So yeah,
it was 2 weeks ago. It was 10 days ago. It was his birthday, and he looked totally fine. He looked great, and I tell you what he was doing. He was doing this thing whereas he had like a tennis ball on a string, and he was punching it with his son. And I just thought, wow, look at you, 86 years old or whatever, and you still got it, And he was still doing movies as well. I saw a trailer for something that he's in where he's playing like some hard ass, and he's still in his 80s. It was incredible, and such a sad thing that happened so suddenly like that.
There's all these memes now going out that's saying, Grim Reaper finally called in his contract, and Chuck Norris just ripped it up in front of him still. Or, God's lonely. He needed somebody to talk to, so he grabbed Chuck. He was just the meme king, wasn't he?
Like it's almost like he probably felt embarrassed to die. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Well, because I put on my Instagram that he didn't die, he just transcended.
Yeah, of course. We'll have no talk of death around here.
Yeah. Or I did another one that said, "Thank you, Chuck, for everything. Now go get that rematch," and it was him with Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Shamrock says Michael Caine is a Jaws the Revenge legend.
There you go.
That dance he did was a legend. Made him a legend.
And Craig says he's still upset about Phil Filthy Campbell dying from last Friday, the Motorhead guitarist. He passed away as well. And we had Jamie Blanks as well die, the urban legend and Valentine director. He was only 54 or something?
56, something
56. Yeah. He must have been so young when he directed Urban Legend. Like in his 20s, in his mid-20s. It's incredible.
What's going on?
I don't know. Barry was friends. I was messaging with Barry today, Wolfman's Got Nards, and he was actually friends with him. He would converse with him quite a lot and send each other stuff. He said he's really gutted that he's passed away. So it is sad.
When they're young like that, it's we always say, certain people like, 70s, I mean, what's the cutoff date? I mean, 70s is too young, but then you get into your 80s and 90s and you're just like, well, okay, that happens. I mean, a lot of people are saying too soon for Chuck. And I'm like, too soon? Well, maybe in his, maybe in his circumstance, it is too soon because you expect him to live forever. We immortalized him.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why he probably was like, oh, what, I got to die? Really? Everybody thinks I'm immortal, Yeah. No, I think if you get to that age, I think you've had a damn good innings, haven't you? If you get to 86 or just above 80. I mean, these days, people are expected to live mid-70s to 80s and beyond now. So, I think it's really sad. But I am going to watch probably either I've got a 4K of Invasion USA that has sidekicks. I've got a 4K of Invasion USA that I haven't cracked open yet up there, so I might watch that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's be watching his movies. We had fun we did a whole bunch of the best and worst ones of him because it was a Chuck celebration. We did Invasion USA.
Yeah, we did wasn't it an audio episode? I think we did.
Yeah, and then we also did with Ronnie and Blake.
Yeah, we did on their channel on ATG and AT. We did a Delta Force hour and a half or something, didn't we?
Yeah, it was funny. It was fun doing that. Then Silent Rage.
Yes,
we did, and we did the one with with Non from Superman 2, where he's a serial killer. We did him too.
Oh, the Hero and the Terror.
Yeah, but Silent Rage, I remember we saw Chuck's lovemaking scene, and you and I were just like,
he did have a sex scene, didn't he? It was
we were like,
we don't want to see his nunchucks.
Yeah, we don't want to see his beard like encompass. He
didn't have one in that film.
He didn't even have a mustache, did he?
I think he was. Yeah, I think he was a bit like Atkins in The Fog, right? In that film, yeah, he was just kind of like clean.
You just brought up a point. Chuck and Atkins could be brothers, but they need facial hair for us to recognize them. That should be a best and worst of for us eventually. Best and worst. Facial hair versus them off facial hair. Like Tom Selleck looks weird with no mustache.
Tom Selleck's getting old now as well, isn't he? I saw some pictures of him recently. He's let it go a little bit now, hasn't he? He doesn't care. Well, why not? When you get to that age, just
Blue Money, whatever. What was that show?
Blue Bloods.
Blue Bloods money.
It's like our vet said to us recently. Look, your cats are 9 years old now. Just give them what the fuck they want. And I think
give them diabetes and kidney failure.
Tom Selleck has got to that stage now. I think he's probably 80, and he's just got. I was going to have what the fuck I want now. And yeah, good for him. Good for him.
I think Darren, you're at the end of your career, an acting career, and singing career, and or anything like that, any kind of career you have, when you advertise on TV for reverse mortgages and gold.
Yeah, gold. We have it over here with every time there's kind of like a royal anniversary, like Charles's 70th birthday, or a royal wedding, or a 50th birthday, or an anniversary of the Queen's Jubilee or something like that. They bring out these coins, these commemorative coins, like gold sovereigns or whatever that you can buy for 20 quid or something like that. And they really got to stop doing that soon, haven't they? But you've got when Prince Andrew it's 70. I don't think they'll be bringing one of them out too quickly, will they?
No. I mean, did they do that when the kids were born? You know, George and
yeah, or they
Willie
do it all the time. They do it all the time, and it's just and you get some kind of faded TV actor that's kind of trying to get you to buy this shit. You know what I mean? Like some ex-newsreader or news anchor or something like that that's just trying to, you know, peddle all this nonsense on you.
It's funny you mentioned that, because remember I showed you and Dave, I was going through my uncle's stuff before we put him in the home.
Did he know?
No, he didn't know.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, we went through all of his stuff because he doesn't remember the stuff he has anyway, where we put him. And we were like, we found all these old coins, you know, and we're looking through what's valuable. I'm going through the internet. I'm taking pictures of my, you know, with my Google Pixel 10 and, you know, all these apps that come up and tell you what it's worth based upon the condition. And I found one of the 1980 or 81 British coins from Charles and Diana's wedding.
Yeah, it's that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, they had his head in the front, her head in the back. Darren, it looked like an action poster.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes the light, you know, and because it's what, 40 years ago, 45 years ago now, 45 years this year since they were married. Prince Andrew will get a 10p coin. Selick is 81. Yeah. I think it's probably worth a few quid. You should check that out. People pay a lot of money for those things.
When I come over again, could I use it for like to buy a Coke or something like that?
I think some of them are legal tender in the UK, I think, but people just buy them as collector's items. It's like I've never been given like a Charles and Diana commemorative coin in my change. You know what I mean? like,
if the marriage is invalid, so is the currency value.
Yeah.
could you imagine?
But no, you should get that valued, because that might be worth a few quid.
I don't know.
You know what? The next time that Frank does a live stream, we'll be just sitting there like with gold teeth and like this massive neon lit background and everything, giving it a bit of that.
A new hair.
Yeah, with a nice tube on.
No, it's going to be a transplant. It's going to be like really blonde.
Big old Mr. T starter kit. All that kind of stuff.
And I have to bend down like this because the weight of the chain is too heavy. I'd be drinking it'd be like top shelf liquor all over the place.
They said it was worth $2 million.
Yeah. It's the only one in existence. Everyone smelted them down after the divorce. Yeah. Brett Patrick says Chuck Norris could hear sign language. And also, Chuck Norris knew Victoria's Secret.
There was one that I saw that made me laugh.
Frank becomes King Ralph.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There was one that I saw that says Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups; he pushes the world down.
Yeah. Or the Brett's going to put them all in here. There was also like when the world stops when Chuck blinks.
Yeah.
Wise guy says, shouldn't make Chuck Norris jokes or he may come to your house and smash your face into keyboard. Freddy Krueger has nightmares about Chuck Norris.
Stick your favorite Chuck Norris memes in the chat.
Do
there.
it.
Let's have a few. Let's have some laughs about Chuck.
Yeah.
In a
Chuck
good way.
Loved it.
In a good way. Yeah. Oh, he must have dined out on that Something Rotten. Honestly, can you imagine a wave of people around the world just constantly doing memes about how tough you are? It's fantastic.
Pat says Frank will be sitting behind a mound of coins like Scarface behind a mound of blow.
Excellent.
Coin collecting with Frank, and I'm just there, zooming in on coins. What do you think this is worth, ladies and gentlemen? 1945, nickel.
He's bought all the screen used Michael Myers masks are behind him, even the original one and everything. Just completely cleared Sean Clark out
from the prop store.
Yeah.
It's gently, because the prop store is always releasing this stuff, and our friend Chris Stanley gets a kick and showing everything, from the prop store that's getting sold, especially like Batman stuff and Ninja Turtle stuff, and every description from the prop store. Every time I see Darren that they're on, it's on my Facebook feed, for an advertisement, and they're like, we're having a live auction, come on, take a look. And they're all wearing white gloves. And they're saying, this is original, blah, 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 blah. It never was screen used. It's like something they found in the freaking trash.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when you do see the stuff, like I saw the other day, I think it was was it Quint's harpoon or something like that? There were the gun that he had with the harpoon on the end of it. It was going for hundreds of thousands. Unbelievable.
I mean, I don't think it was even the real one that he had. I think it
was. I think they said it was used. Look, David Lecky's in the chat. He'll be able to tell us. But it was. And I remember his chair from the Orca once went for an absolute fortune, like ridiculous numbers.
You could still take pieces off the Orca. It's still sitting there on the beach.
Is it really?
Yeah, where? I think.
Oh, in Martha's Vineyard?
In Martha's Vineyard. It's like, I think, ladies and gentlemen, is right? Or did they do something?
There'd be a replica, I think. There's a replica there because didn't they get, they got Richard Dreyfuss to go on it last year, I think.
Yeah. Mary just sat in the back or something, and Steven went on it after he, after he was done. Remember the documentary of the, was it the 45th anniversary disc came out? And it was the National Geographic expanded version that they threw on the disc, and they said, after they stopped filming, Steven just went in the back of the Orca and just had a good snooze, and he was just like, "I'm done. This is the worst."
Oh, welcome to OnlySans. Oh, sorry.
There we go. I'm back. Hey, you can tell it's TSL when Frank leaves. Brett says Chuck Norris can strangle you with a cordless phone.
There you go. You see, that's great. That's great.
Hey, Tiffany, what's going on? Chuck Norris sleeps with a pillow under his gun.
The flu has to get Chuck Norris shots every year.
Yep. When the boogeyman goes to sleep at night, he checks the closet for Chuck Norris. This is infamous, isn't it? It's
great. It's great.
And then his movies have transcended into something of it's not like you were saying, Darren. He didn't become an action star. He became something more than that. It's I didn't want to start the show like that, but poor bastard. The day he died. Well, actually, the news that he died came out today. So what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, so top 5 for me. Chelsea's asking 5 favorite Chuck Norris performances. I think I gotta say, definitely number 1 would be Delta Force. Number 2, Invasion USA. Number 3, I would say, ooh dear, what would I say now? I would say Code of Silence was fun. Number 4, Missing in Action 3. Because I love that one. It's a complete rip-off of Rambo First Blood Part 2. But I love that one. I think it's great. And then I loved his appearance in Expendables 2, was it, as well? When he just turned up, killed everybody, and fucked off. Which was great fun. Yeah.
Because he could have just settled the whole war by himself.
Of course.
Well, Part 3, is that where he goes back and finds his son?
Missing in Action 3. No, Missing in Action 2 was... 2 was the prequel, wasn't it? It was the beginning. And then 3, I can't remember what the subtitle was for 3, but 3 was where he goes back to rescue all the vets, I think. Yeah. And it was very similar to Rambo 2.
I like Delta Force in no particular order. Invasion USA, Silent Rage, because it's
I forgot Silent Rage as well, yeah.
So it's a kind of Halloween thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hero and the Terror. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked him in Dodgeball.
Was he in Dodgeball?
He was in the audience looking at Ben Stiller's character.
You can't say that's one of his best films.
Why not?
Fucking cameo or something.
He didn't say a word. He just looked. And threw Ben Stiller all off, and they lost the match.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't like him in Sidekicks?
Sidekicks, It was okay. It was okay. I mean, again, there's another direct to video film over here. Never came to the cinema or anything like that. It was just, you know.
John Jones says Krypton exploded due to Chuck Norris roundhouse kicking it. Chuck Norris is the reason Waldo is hiding.
Where are all these? Is that further up? Chuck Norris knew Victoria's Secret.
They're all down. Andrew says Steven Seagal turned down Expendables 2 because he knew he couldn't kick Chuck Norris's ass.
It's true. Absolutely true. Absolutely true.
You can't, even though he's dead now. You can't. I mean, he was. I think when he passed away, he was in Hawaii. I think.
Was he?
Yeah.
I'm not sure where he lived. I remember all over. Like I say, I followed him on Facebook, and I saw some videos really recently. And I just thought he looked great. He looked terrific for his age. I know he'd had a little bit of the old nip and tuck and everything, hadn't he? He'd had a few little procedures, but no, he was still really fit and active. And then obviously something they said is they don't want to get into the whatever's happened to him. They don't want to talk about that. So
rightly so. We don't have to.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It'll come out eventually.
I just hope it wasn't an accident or something. Do you know what I mean? Something terrible like that.
But, well, like slipped on something and
I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, we just went out really crap in a really crap way. Do you know what I mean? Like
choking on a pineapple or something like that.
That's why they're hiding something. He crashed a toy car or something like. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? It's just like
that is kid's Matchbox.
Don't. We shouldn't do this. We shouldn't do this. We shouldn't. Man's still warm.
Yeah, but could you imagine really quick? Then we'll get off Chuck. Could you imagine the testosterone of that funeral?
Oh, they'll all want to go. Already Stallone's been, Stallone, I think it was Stallone and Van Damme have both come out saying that he was a role model to them and all this kind of thing, you know.
I mean, you think, Schwarzenegger will show up. Everybody from the Expendables will show up, but then you would have a lot of,
great, wouldn't it?
A lot of men that are muscular and oiled up and...
It'd be great to see that. Can you imagine that? It'd be like the funeral at the end of the Avengers, for fuck's sake. Downey's funeral. Everybody, every shithouse turning up. All the like Al Leong and people like that. You know what I mean? In the background,
Sean Clark.
Everybody will be there. It'll be brilliant.
Sean Clark would take something.
I'm surprised he hasn't put out a statement about it because he knows everybody, hasn't he?
Yeah,
he should be putting something out soon. I met Chuck here, loads of pictures dug out with him.
Brett says, "What about Walker?"
That's another one.
Good movie.
Firewalker, great film.
That's a Prodigy song, isn't it?
Firestarter.
Oh.
Yeah. It says here he trained in Hawaii, had a health problem, then rushed into hospital and died a day after with family around him. Yeah.
What does that mean, though?
I don't know. That's maybe they're giving themselves time to think of something that's really macho and you know what I mean? He died fighting 500 lions or something. I don't know. Like
carrying, heart strain from carrying 7 children on his back, from a burning building or an orphanage, something like that.
Yeah, who knows? But it's really sad news, but it's great that we can all kind of come together and laugh at all these things that people have been joking about for what 15, 20 years now. These memes have been going around.
Like you said, he loved it.
Yeah,
he's been immortalized with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we said enough about Chuck. If you want to see, watch a Chuck movie tonight. Remember the man. We used to just do that. When you and I come on and just say, listen, we have to celebrate somebody's life and birth and death, and we would just say, go watch a movie.
Yeah,
best way to do it. Yeah. Hey, Airborne, what's going on? So, Darren. Movies that you're excited to see this year or have seen so far. I've seen Undertone. I told you and Dave, you guys got to see it.
You really liked it, didn't you?
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. And a lot of people haven't. I'm getting to the point where I may just do a video about this because it frustrates me, but I want to make it, lighthearted and nice. We're getting to the point where there's a lot of people are saying there's no payoff at the end. Do movies need a payoff? Do they really need to have some closure in order to be a good movie?
Are you talking about the movie you've just seen?
Yeah, and I mean also in general, like a movie just ends, and then you can just draw your own conclusions.
I don't mind that. I don't mind things being ambiguous. Mm-hmm. I like kind of going back and watching them and trying to figure things out again if I haven't quite got it the first time, and drawing my own conclusions. I don't mind movies being like that. I think that can be quite fun. It was interesting. I did see Kevin Williamson was on Happy Horror Podcast, I think it was. These two guys, I don't know if you saw, they managed to get him on their channel and talk about Scream.
Who?
And they were talking about that they tested an ending where it kind of intimated that Matthew Lillard was still alive, and the test audiences just didn't like it whatsoever. But,
well, what are the age ranges of these test audiences? Usually,
well, I mean, you recruit in terms of, because I've done quite a lot of test screenings over the years, and you recruit an audience.
See you next Wednesday.
Let's say if you were doing something like Scream, then you would do like 18 to 35 or something like that. Maybe push it, and then your bulk of your audience would be sort of 18 to 35. You'd maybe have a section that were kind of 35 and over, but given that movie's an 18 in the UK, you wouldn't recruit anybody younger than that. So, but you would they definitely target certain demographics, because there's no point in just playing it to a house of people with blue hair. It's not going to work, is it?
And face it the wrong way and say, turn it up.
Yeah.
I hear Lon Chaney's in this.
But no, I quite like ambiguous endings. I quite like endings where you have to figure it out for yourself, and it could be multiple things and that sort of stuff. But I did think that we talked about Scream. We haven't really talked about it together, but I did think that in order for Neve Campbell to be involved in the next film, it doesn't make much sense really, because it's like you're starting again with somebody else going after it. Now, if they'd have done a cliffhanger ending, and then you can stretch it out to another movie. Mm-hmm. But as it stands, it just feels like it's just not worth it. Just leave it, or just do something completely different. And I'm the whole, like, I bought into the whole Stu thing throughout the whole film. They were debunking it. He's alive and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, I'm with this now. You've sold it to me. He's alive. I like this. And then all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, Stu Macker. And the person that walks in is like Matthew Lillard. And then it turns out to be that kind of short blonde lady, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Stu did definitely transitioned. Wouldn't that be a great side story?
Yeah,
like I changed everything about me. Don't you recognize me, Sydney? Would that would just be like jumping the shark? I would be like, now we're talking. We're pissing everybody off. Yeah. That would be because Evil Alex says right here. Test audience reaction changes can be bad for the end result. Often, it is not the target fan audience, just randos. Of course,
no, that's not. No, it's not. They target the
fans.
Yeah, a lot of the time. Well, they wouldn't target necessarily Scream fans, because a lot of the time when you go to these screenings, you don't know what the film is. Because I don't want to cause it's screening here at this time and this day.
Would they know the studio though?
They would know the genre of the film, and they would probably say, "Are you fans of Scream, Halloween? I know what you did last summer." That kind of thing. You would get that sort of question. So they wouldn't say, "Are you a Scream fan?" because we're going to show the new Scream film. They wouldn't say that. No, they would point them in the right direction so that they get at least a horror fan who likes slashers. That's how it would work. It wouldn't necessarily be somebody who's a diehard fan of the franchise, because there's no point in doing that. that's only a section of the audience of these films. You need to make sure that, it's general horror fans, the general horror going audience, because that's where the bulk of your money comes from. The bulk of the money doesn't come from diehard Scream fans.
Mm-hmm.
So although they're very vocal and passionate about the franchise, you have to, it's like the Halloween fan base, all that money that was made from Halloween 2018 and so on and so forth wasn't made by me, from me and you and all our audience. And it was made because the general cinema going audience who liked horrors, liked scary movies, went along to see it. So, that's the way they do it. They wouldn't necessarily pinpoint specific Scream fans. And it's more important that it works for a wider audience to a film company than it does for a small section of people, the diehards. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so, and also because they released it also on near Halloween.
Yeah.
I mean, not like what we got where most of the Halloween movies were released in July and
August. Yeah.
It's just like, what are you talking about? And we did know that the AI was going to be in there somehow. I mean, and everyone's like, please don't be AI. I think a lot of us were saying, don't be AI, where the people like us of a different generation, like do something, practical. But then a lot of the people from the younger generation who's now growing up with AI had no problem with it.
Yeah, I thought it was. I mean, I did like Matthew Lillard's performance. I thought he was good in it. I enjoyed his, his aggression and all that kind of stuff as he was communicating with Sydney, and I really bought into it. And then you get to that bit when the kid in the car and the laptop and all that kind of stuff. And I was just thinking, oh God, no, it's just
the Google certificate.
Yeah. The guy who worked at the mental institute and was previously like a Google AI engineer or something like that.
And he left to get a better.
It was. Yeah. I mean, it was all like really cobbled together. Was that stuff? But I just thought up until that point it was really fun. I thought that Gail's entrance was a good laugh. You know what I mean? When she appears in the car and saves the day. And I thought the whole panic room scene was a really nice idea as well. And it was based on, Kevin Williams said it was based on a place that he lived in and he'd always wanted to shoot this sequence. But yeah, I mean, I didn't hate it. I thought it was just fine. I'll happily watch it again further down the line. I know some people have really taken against it and others really like it, but I'm just kind of on the fence with it.
I get in my feed, Darren, stuff from Paramount Pictures, and they're still promoting and advertising this movie, which I think going up against Ready or Not 2 and Hail Mary this weekend, it's not going to do anything.
It's done.
It's done.
It's done the bulk of its money, but they'll be pushing for it to get over 200 if it isn't over that milestone already.
Yeah.
But with something like that, with something like Scream, which is very it's one of those movies that people feel they need to see quick before it gets ruined for them. You're always going to get that big opening weekend and then that huge drop off because everybody piles in at once to see it.
Yeah.
And that's just the nature of the franchise and the trend and everything. But as you say, this weekend, everything's taken up with Project Hail Mary.
Well, because what I do is every time I see that, I go into the comments section, I put, who cares? And then if it comes up again, I'd be like, just end this POS. And then people are giving me thumbs up. And then people are adding it sucks.
You're trolling Paramount.
I mean, I could just click on the X and not see it anymore, can't I? But no, I'm gonna still, hound you guys just as much as you hound me.
Yeah.
Daz says they say Stu returned, but not how he returned, so can't really judge why the audience didn't like it. Well, and Brett Patrick says, saw Ready or Not 2 last night. Very acceptable sequel, but falls a little short to the original. Good fun and bloody as hell. Excellent.
Yeah, I think I was kind of thinking about going to see it this weekend. on my own because I'm on my own all weekend. But then I think I might just hang on a few weeks. I'm not like the first one is good, and most people are saying it's not as good as the original. So I just, I think I'll just wait.
Or it's going to be on Netflix
really bad. You should go out and see these things in the cinema, but the cinema is going to be mobbed this weekend with Ryan Gosling fans. So
Yep. I always thought like the really quick Marisol says, have you guys seen the Matthew commercial about Color Guard? I haven't yet.
Matthew Lillard?
Yeah. Yep.
What's Color Guard?
Color Guard is isn't a
toothpaste?
No, it's
that's what it sounds like.
No, it's a at-home colon cancer screening.
Oh, okay.
No.
What, like a little? Do you guys? We're getting into an area here. We get sent kits.
Literally, we're getting into an area.
We get once you hit 50, you get a kit every year to go and test yourself. And
I prefer the hands-on one, Darren.
I was on holiday a few years ago in Spain, and my friend's parents live on this kind of campsite thing in Spain. And the neighbor, they were out with his parents. The neighbor, I was sleeping in the lounge, and the neighbor kind of knocked on the door, and he came in and he went. He's a very broad Yorkshireman, and he said, "Hello, lad. Can you take this back to UK for me?" And I went, "What is it?" And he said, "Well, it's a sample of me shit." And I was like, "What? What?" And he went, "Well, yeah, customs." Like he said, "Well, yeah, you're all right. Just when you get to the UK, just post it in the post box there, and it'll get to the hospital." And I'm like, "Can you imagine, like?" Oh, Mr. Sands, anything to declare, sir? Oh, yeah, this old guy's packet of shit that I've brought over. Is that all right? So I was just like, I'm sorry, you're going to have to mail that yourself. I'm not hand carrying a stool back into the country. I brought back his Cadbury.
You have to get gross there. And I had one of those when I had my stomach infection. And
no, you should. You should do it. You should do it. It's a good thing. Everybody should do it.
Oh yeah. But the doctor wanted me to check everything out, and rightly so. If you just got to do this one uncomfortable thing for a moment just to make sure you can extend your life, you should.
Yeah.
But they gave you this thing called a hat, which you put in your toilet, and it collects your sample for you. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. And I said, I'm just going to throw it out. I got one of my kids wearing it around his head. The collecting cup. And he's going, I'm a cowboy. And I'm like, get that thing off your head. He's like, he's in the bathroom. I don't know. He goes, I thought it was a hat. I go, you wear it on the ass end. But I think I like Matthew now as an actor than I did when he was younger for some reason.
Tarantino does he? Like,
oh no, oh god,
totally. What was he thinking? Like, so mean. Like, why would you do that? And then when everybody hits back, he don't say anything. Just really bad, really disappointing.
He puts Paul Dano a little higher in regard, though.
Oh, honestly, wouldn't it be great though if, as a way of apology, he puts them in his next film? Both of them.
They're brothers fighting off ninjas or something.
He has a track record of helping to resurrect people's careers. He's just like thrown them both in the shitter and then gives them a job after that.
John Travolta came back, right?
Exactly. Loads of people have done. Loads of people have, that have worked with Tarantino.
I mean, how would you have changed the ending, though, to Scream? I mean, like you said, you would leave it ambiguous and just...
I would have left it as stew. I think you got that far with it all. What's the point in, like, going to all those lengths like that and then pulling the rug? They said to me, they said on the podcast as well that they approached Timothy Olyphant, and he said, but we just couldn't make it work. And I'm thinking, couldn't make it work? You could have done it over a Zoom call, You could have... Everyone else in that room at the end is just on the television on the wall.
And
apparently, Roman, what's his name, the character, he spent 3 hours recording his bit. That's all he did. He spent 3 hours doing it.
3 seconds.
For 3 seconds. So they couldn't have got Timothy Olyphant. I just think Timothy Olyphant was like, you know what? I'm not interested at all. I'm not interested. Yeah, I think he just sacked it off.
he's like, I'm doing Justified. Yeah, I'm over it.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
he was doing Alien fucking.
Oh yeah, Earth.
Alien Earth. Yeah.
Made more money than just doing a 3-second clip.
Yeah, exactly.
What I think wish should have happened, Darren, is if they thought everything was done, they killed the two, spoiler alert, they killed the two people at the end, and all of a sudden Sydney gets a new email, and it's Matthew Lillard's character, and they said, surprise, I'm back, and they go through it, and they said, wait a minute, this ain't AI, and this timestamp has only been recorded an hour ago.
Yeah,
and ended it like that.
It could have, yeah. They apparently they did kind of do something, and they did explain it, but I can't remember what it was now, to sort of hint that he was still alive, and he still could be. He still could be. There's no reason to say that he's not. I don't know, and like at this point, I'm just like, whatever. Do what you want. Do what you want.
I would have made him have amnesia.
Look, yeah. Look, it's great for cinema. It's great for horror. It's great for cinema, all that kind of stuff. But how do you improve on that? You can't really, can you? It's 8 films down. No. What's Brett say?
He says, Darren, we need to hear more about the interesting human beings you've been around. That guy with the stool is even better than the maid that took all your DVDs. At least Darren was getting something back.
Well, from the maid.
From the guy. He's like, sorry about your DVDs. Here, have some stew.
Frank, for a person that hates Scream, you have better ideas than the makers.
I think the backlash for Scream 7 is so... Well, it always has backlash, right? Even after the second one, ever since the third one all the way up until now, especially 5 and 6, I think the backlash has been so high and so vile, and no other group of people would like to reveal the ending to people more so than anybody of this franchise. Darren, it seems like it's just because Kevin Williams, he said he's not coming back. He's not directing again. I think it's been an awful experience for him. What I think, Darren, is that, well, I know, is that there's different sides of the spectrum, and there's no in between. Either you hate it and you want to ruin people's enjoyment of this movie, or you're going to love it and hate anybody who hates it.
Yeah.
We could say, for us Halloween fans, we could say, yeah, Part 5 is okay because it has Donald Pleasance in it. But you say Scream 5, everyone's like, oh.
I think because there I mean, there's different timelines or whatever, but they are continual. Rather, Scream is stop-start all the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all right. Some of the characters cross over, but the antagonist is just different with every film, and that's what is. It almost feels like a reset every time.
And the reasoning.
And the what? Sorry.
And the reasoning why.
Yeah. These paper thin excuses as to why they're doing what they're doing. But I liked what Chris said here. He said, "How would anyone else know that Stu said I always had a thing for you, Sid?" This is a good point because he says that in the original film, and then he says it. Is that right? He says it again in this.
You know how I know the answer to this?
Go on then.
It was in Sydney's book.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm going with.
Or
she wrote a book.
Well, she did, but also she could have said it to the police that were interviewing her. Mm-hmm. Who knows? You know what I mean? So, even
Brett says
Darren's new podcast.
Yeah, Stool DVDs. The Carrier.
The Carrier. I'm not muling shite over to the UK.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Ask Pat. We have listeners that have seen Scream 7 at least 5 times in the theater.
Jesus Christ!
Oh God! I don't know. I mean, is there a movie that you saw at least twice in a theater, 3 times without working? Without working.
Well, I mean, work-wise, I mean, I've gone up to 20 times with work, but. Actually,
like the blind preacher from They Live.
I think I've gone over 20 with some films, depending on which one it was and what was going on. I know Black Hawk Down I saw 20 plus times. But in terms of actually going and paying to watch a film, I think I saw H2O maybe 3 times in the cinema when it first came out.
And Halloween, Rob Zombie with your mother 3 times.
No, I saw that once. I'm trying to think of other.
Oh, with your dad. That's right.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other films that I maybe went and saw more than once. I think there's certainly Star Wars I did.
The new ones?
No. Yeah, I went to see fucking Attack of the Clones 6 times. No, the original 77 film, because I think I saw it when it came out, and then they did like a double bill with Empire Strikes Back, and then I think when Jedi came out, they did triple bills, so I think I went to see those as well. So yeah, I think H2O 3 times, as Brett says, is the most for me.
Yeah, 3 times. Michael Dammit says, I saw Ted in the theater 3 times. Florida Man, I saw Revenge of the Sith 5 times in the theater.
Wow.
Brett says, same here, Darren. Marisol says, I watched Barbie and Dune twice in the theater.
Dune 2.
Dune 2.
I saw that. Yeah. Did you like the Dune trailer the other day, the third one?
I haven't seen any Dune movies in my life.
Oh, you haven't?
None of them, not even the original.
First one I wasn't that bothered about. The second one I thought was terrific. And then the third one apparently is going to be a really tough watch. I think it's a very bleak movie, a very bleak book, apparently. Yeah.
How many Dune movies can they make?
I think it's just 3. Okay. I think it is just 3.
Still looking for that spice?
They'll figure out how to do spin-offs and God knows what else.
Make it a TV show?
Yeah.
On Amazon Prime? Still waiting for that Bond movie to come out.
Has been a TV show at some stage, hasn't it? I think so.
Someone put in the chat if it has.
Yeah, I think it's been a TV show fairly recently.
And
yeah, I'm pretty sure. You still wait for the Bond film? Well, he's got to finish June 3, hasn't he? And then he'll be onto it.
Brad says, back to him. My brother saw Back to the Future 5 times. I did see a movie 3 times, and because I saw it with 3 different people, and that's Titanic.
Oh. Yeah, I once was enough. Once was enough on that.
Mom, a group of friends, and a date.
How many times? What's that? 3 times?
3 times. That's only 2 of these people are still around with me.
That's 10 hours of your life you wasted on that fucking thing.
Yeah, then we had to buy the VHS that came out. I remember it was a dual cassette.
It was a double 2 cassettes, wasn't it? I remember now. Yeah.
And then at the end, it said switch to tape 2 or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, could they ever do that? I mean, how much information does a 4K disc now hold? That a movie can be, what, 8 hours long? You don't need
There's plenty of room on a 4K disc. You can get, you don't, even when DVD first came out, they did flippers. Do you remember?
Yes.
Yeah. And Laserdisc was the same. That would be a lot of Laserdiscs you had to turn over halfway through. Yeah, it was annoying.
Wouldn't that be great revenge really quick, Darren? If you hated somebody and someone loved this movie on Laserdisc, you just scratch up that other side.
so they can't watch the rest of the film. Yeah. Brilliant.
Dave, what's going on, Dave? Dave says, I can understand 2 or 3 times if you really enjoy it, but 10 times, 14 times, the emotional impact has to be numb. You're not really watching the movie anymore. You're just sitting there. Yeah, I think static.
Somebody may have to be. I don't know. If you're watching a film in the cinema 14 times, then I hate to say this, but there's something cognitively not right with you if you can't get it after 14 times.
Actually, I used to have a bet with my friends, and I would say, Darren, that let's see if you can get through this movie. It would always be an X-rated one. And there was like an hour and a half adult movie. They're like, no, it only took about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You can't go back. CM says, I saw Godzilla -1 in the theater 3 times, including The Dark Knight. 47 times.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait. Minus color version. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw Daz's come up. I know someone who saw The Dark Knight 47 times. 47 times.
Oh, that's nuts.
Christian Bale's, fee.
Do you believe him, Daz? I mean, was he? I mean, is this somebody who's actually paying to watch The Dark Knight, or is it somebody
The
who's
media?
associated with that film and is working on it? Because I can count movies that I've seen, 20, 30 times because of the job I do. But actually going to the cinema 47 times to see a movie that's nearly 3 hours long, and the money that you're spending on
It doesn't count on the telly either.
How much is a movie ticket? Well, let's say it was $10 back then. That's fucking £500 you're spending on $500 you're spending on seeing Batman.
And the popcorn and soda to boot. Maybe it's 40 different popcorn buckets. Evil Alex says Tenet probably needs about 14 watches to understand the dialogue and the plot.
I still never forget that. I know I've said this before. When we watched Tenet for the first time, and we walked out, and my wife just looked at me and she went, "What happens if you want to go to what happens if you want to go for a poo in that world?"
Up the pole, down the pole, up the pole, down the pole. Well, if you go to an adult strip club, you get your money back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
the dollar goes back in your pocket. You just walk out. Fat Bookie says, watched Identity about 10 times. Great film, but no clue what's going on.
Oh, I loved Identity. Was one of the first films when I started working with Sony. I loved that film.
It's a good movie.
Psychological slasher movie. It's terrific.
Same thing with Frailty. That's a good movie.
Yeah, Frailty's good fun as well. Frailty's good.
Really quick, Darren, how do you feel about Val Kilmer coming back and doing AI movies?
It was on the news today about that. Yeah, I saw it this lunchtime on the news, and I'm just like, I thought they'd all
his family signed off on it, and he said his family said, yeah, like his daughter said, yeah, he would want to be immortalized this way. And then some people are like, you're really hurting us here.
I think he's immortalized in Top Secret for me. Nick Rivers. I don't know. I don't like the way that. I mean, this stuff's scary.
The Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise fight.
Too much. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Like I've seen so many of the Dirty Dancing skits. First, I saw it with Han Solo, and the other day I saw it with RoboCop doing it. And it looks bloody good, but
Chris Farley and Patrick Swayze with me for the Chippendales skit.
Yeah. It's just it's a worry. It's a worry. I don't think after everything that Hollywood's done with their union deals and everything to kind of keep AI out of Hollywood, and then like the family estate of a really popular actor are just signing off on it like that. I just think it's. But then he was a kind of bolshy sort of a challenging individual anyway. So maybe he likes kind of causing ripples. Like maybe he would have liked to have caused ripples like this. But yeah.
Wasn't it AMC or one of the cinema chains that refused to play an AI generated movie?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think it was something, because what was ladies and gentlemen, what was the movie with Al Pacino? Was it Al Pacino where he created an actress out of AI and had people stand in when she had to be seen in public, and she basically formed her own consciousness? What was that movie?
It wasn't
her, of course. That was Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
But yeah, was it Al Pacino? Someone's going to put it up here. But
was it Weird Science?
Yeah, it was Weird Science. We're going to get to that point, but there was a one because he generated a computer generated woman.
What, Al Pacino did?
Yeah, was it Al Pacino? Damn it,
was it Al Pacino?
Oh,
chat room will let us know.
I'm looking up right now.
This is where we need Brandon.
Fake girl. Al Pacino. It's going to come up with.
Says Weird Science. Simone.
That's it.
Who is the AI actress film? That wasn't Al Pacino though, was it?
Yeah, Al Pacino plays Victor Troransky. A fading director who creates a virtual computer-generated actress named Simone, who stars in his film after his human lead actress walks off the set.
Ah, okay. That's 20, 23, 24 years ago.
Yeah, came out in 2022.
Wow. 2002.
2022. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, man, it was out ahead of its time, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Ghost in the Darkness. That's another good one, Evil Alex.
Yeah. Yep. But
yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean,
a lot of jobs are going to get lost. Do you think?
Well, no, they won't, because I think Hollywood's kind of protected by all this stuff, isn't it? For mainstream studio stuff. But I just see these videos now of actors sitting down next to their younger selves with angel wings on their back and all that kind of stuff, and it's just like, stop it. Stop these things. They're just boring. You know, we know they can be done. We don't need to see it with everyone. You know, it just kind of gets on my nerves. And that Ghostbusters one the other day just kind of took the biscuit, really. You know, when that was like setting the whole thing back 10 years because they were terrible. The likenesses, it just didn't look like each other at all.
Yeah, it's. I laugh at some of that stuff a little bit, not just because I find it intriguing or entertaining. You get to that point where you look at it and you're like, what are we doing now? You're taking scenes from other movies and putting, Chris Farley in it, dancing, lifting up somebody. You have Chris Farley lifting up a woman from Dirty Dancing, it's just, you got Jim Carrey doing weird stuff. It's going to get old really quick. I'm getting tired of getting the cat videos. They're playing the banjos and doing the drums.
I don't mind that. That's fun. That's fun. That's not upsetting anyone at all. But then you're starting to see things like animal attacks and things that are popping up on social media, and you're like looking at it going, "Yeah, like, is this real that I'm watching it? Well, why am I getting this stuff in my feed? It's like, I don't know. It's because I like horror. You're going to try and tempt me with some shit that looks real. You know what I mean? It's just like, stop it. It's just.
But now we're second guessing ourselves, which is really terrible, because if someone does something really good and it's not AI, they actually took the effort, did camera, did editing, you're automatically proven now, if it's really good, that it is AI and it's something that's real. I mean, we're seeing it on the news right now. I'm not going to go into what's happening in the world, but then you get people from each side saying it's AI, then it's not, and then somebody who actually puts effort and work and try to report this stuff or trying to give you a vision of their craft is being second guessed, and their reputation is being put on the line.
Yeah.
As a craftsman. Yeah, it's terrible. It's actually terrible.
I don't want to see my timeline full of that stuff. I'm going to tell you something today, what happened today. So this is on the train line that I take. Okay. This is what I want to see pop up on my timeline these days. You see that guy?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that guy there. Right. I'm going to read you this now. It says, "Is this you? Thank you. So my drunk ass fell asleep on the train last night, woke up in Southend, which is near where I live, and half awake, half drunk. I panicked and ended up leaving my phone on the train, got back home, called my phone via my girlfriend's phone, and a lovely fella had found it. He answered my phone and was getting off at the next stop, asked him nicely to drop it off at the supermarket, and I collected it early today. Going through my phone this evening, I found this selfie, who I can only guess is the genuine fella that helped me not lose yet another phone." So he opened his phone up on the camera app, because you can do that. Took a nice picture of himself, handed the phone in, and the guy got it back, no problem whatsoever. That's what I want to see in my timeline. We got no nice shit happening at the moment, and that, I think, is just like fantastic. Good for him.
You know what I want to see more of on my feed? Restoring faith in humanity clips.
Yeah, like that. It's great.
People rescuing, like the people trying to jump in front of a subway or a tube car, and someone pulling them back.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Or rescuing ducks from a sewer. or a cop walking, deer across the highway so they don't get hit. Stuff like that. I don't want to see, what is it? Who says it here? Florida man. I don't want to see, AI Arnold Schwarzenegger as Pee Wee Herman.
Evil Alex says somebody's going to do an AI of Darren carrying a stool.
The bag, right? Just. It's like what also Evil Alex say right here. The progress of Will Smith eating spaghetti is kind of wild.
Yeah, all that stuff. What's that? Honestly,
I never knew that was. Are we old that we don't care?
It will die out. It's like a toy. Everybody's excited about it. They're all playing with it at the moment, and then eventually they'll just go, "Nah, I'm done with this. I'm done with this." AI is brilliant. I use it all the time with my job at work and things like that. But it's for, it's for doing things that would take me 20 times longer, like analyzing maybe a spreadsheet or breaking down a document and saying, can you pull out the key points of this for me or something? Not for simulating a really nasty fucking shark attack. It's just like, what?
Or aliens landing in a backyard.
Yeah.
It's like I dread the day, Darren, that my kids, Sarah and I are sitting at the table, and my sons say, "Oh, I met somebody," and they're like, "Okay," and they're like, "Oh, they're coming over for dinner," and they pull out their phone and they put it right where the spot where they're supposed to eat, and it's an AI girlfriend or boyfriend.
That's already happening, isn't it? It's already happening. That kind of stuff, those apps, those simulations or whatever. It's Sim 1 or whatever, Simone. It's already happening. Yeah. There's AI partners already out there.
Right? I mean, how can Joaquin Phoenix, have some kind of intercourse with Scarlett Johansson, via voice? I'd still feel that.
I don't know.
Like Brett Patrick says, like Alexandria Paul rescuing those beagle dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
Was that fake?
Well, I mean,
or somebody that looks like her.
Wasn't the guy who Jake Paul?
Paul.
Is he the boxer?
Jake, Logan, whatever. They're twins.
Logan Paul, whatever. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, well, anyway, the boxer,
carrier, whatever.
For days afterwards, people were posting pictures of his face like swollen out here and stuff. And
this is a pretty hard hit.
This is how bad his jaw was broken, and it was all like swollen up the side of his head, his eye hanging out. And that. It was just like, no, it's not that. What is going on?
or Dave saying, or bad, convoluted, oversaturated thumbnails.
Yes. Your thumbnail should be like, wham, to the point. This is what it's about. Like yours today. Interview. You looking at someone with a question mark. Who is it? I'm interested. I'll click. I see thumbnails these days are just like, they're like mosaics. So much information on them. Like,
I was going to throw Mr. Beast in with mine just in case. I was at the gym today. I was on the treadmill and I was watching all this stuff. I was telling you and Dave before, all these YouTube shorts and clips and about how to grow a channel, thumbnails and stuff like that. And Darren, I come down to one conclusion. None of them know what the hell they're talking about.
Everybody's got a different idea of how to
get
beat
a
the
million
algorithm.
subscribers in one shot overnight. You're like, would you show your penis or your wife's breast? What did you do?
Fancy Nancy. If you'd have kept that channel going, Brett and Pat, you would have been absolutely rolling in it by now if you'd have kept that channel going.
Well, Nancy was AI, right? Yeah. That was in the AI infancy when they couldn't do anything to perfection. They're just like, well, I'm just going to throw that on there. It's like, yeah, didn't Van Damme challenge Jake Paul to a fight?
Oh, God knows. I don't know.
Yeah, Jake Paul's as a character from Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I remember that one.
Davey, hey Davey, how are you doing?
What's going on, Davey? What's happening? It's just we're gonna get. I mean, Darren, what do you expect the peak of AI will be? I know Dave was always talking about, one day we're going to have, a Tupac hologram in our bedroom pretty soon. I mean, are we getting to that point? I mean, all I hear on the news now is AI, but I see a lot of good from AI finding, missing persons or finding out somebody who passed away. They didn't know what happened to them. And there's a skeletal structure and they're putting a face to that and they're finding missing persons that way. I mean, that's the good you want in AI, or solving a problem that will benefit society. No, but we're worried about, Ben Affleck, being Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire being Daredevil.
No, I just think that I think it's a fad at the moment, and I think it will calm down and we'll all start using it just for things that are genuinely what it's genuinely useful for, rather than just making stupid videos of Tupac and
Biggie having dinner.
Yeah, the guitarist from Manic Street Preachers or whoever it is that's not alive anymore,
Yeah, we never had an Elvis AI video. Yeah, I mean, we do have him singing.
There
but
must be.
There's tons of him singing.
I saw something the other day because there was a lot of rumors
I'm not saying
about
that, Dave, but yeah, I left it up there.
Would just briefly getting slightly political. There was a lot of rumors the other day about whether Netanyahu was alive or not, and there was loads of videos that were going around. And the one in the coffee shop of him wandering around, which was clearly AI, and someone redid it with Elvis stood behind him in the background. So. And
we're in a bunker together.
Elvis looked better than he did in the video. But yeah.
It's like Evil Alex just says right here. Why nobody putting AI on to heal cancer?
Yeah. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are using AI for that kind of thing. I would imagine so.
It's not as good as Stora's AI though.
Yeah.
Medical AI is like on me on 56K.
The thing is, you can't trust it. You just have to keep checking it, and it makes stupid mistakes, really stupid mistakes. So it's still a long way to go before it's completely useful, I think.
I'm sure there's programs out there to detect AI, right?
Yeah, you can reverse AI. You can put. If you think that something that somebody's written is AI, you can just put it into a program and it'll tell you whether it's been written by AI.
But even that's flawed, isn't it? Because it could be your own idea, and then they use certain
It has a probability checker on it, in the high 90s, and
that's what footnotes are for.
Yeah,
But I was also thinking to ours when I watched the news. Our attention span is so short that we're throwing up old news as new news, going back 2 or 3 years, and people think it's actually happening now or happened a few days ago, and everyone has to put in there, these are old clips, here's the source.
Yeah. Oh, that happens all the time now, doesn't it? That happens all the time. People are, even people like Yahoo are recycling old news articles, bumping them up the chain just to get more clicks on them and stuff. It is ridiculous. Davey says, what about using AI to convince Darren that National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1 is a fantastic parody movie right up there with Airplane? It is not right up there with Airplane.
Not even close, Davey.
I have laughed a few times at Loaded Weapon 1. There are some stupid moments in that film. He's shaking.
William Shatner going after Piranha. Tim Curry just going, Jesus.
But no, I remember watching Airplane in the cinema in 1980 with my dad, and not many people were in the cinema, and my dad laughed so loud to the point that I was borderline embarrassed with his laughter. And and at the time I felt slightly embarrassed, but now I just look back at it as one of those great moments, father-son moments of him taking me to the cinema to see Airplane, and it was fantastic. Yeah. So that movie's always gonna, no matter how politically incorrect it is these days. I don't care. Back then, no one gave a shit, and it was funny as hell. And to me,
and literally nobody.
Today. Yeah,
nobody.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah,
because now I'm really quick. How'd you feel about the Oscars?
I don't watch it anymore.
No,
I don't. No.
You just look on the news feed who won, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's it. I don't watch that anymore. No. And it's always been a problem anyway, because it's LA, it's overnight, and I'm in bed when it starts. I'm asleep when it starts. When I was younger, I used to make a big deal of it and stay up all night, but I just find a lot of it just like so sycophantic and everything. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, I don't bother. I'll look at the results, and I think it's important for people, but we don't need a big old flash ceremony like they do like that. And all standing on their
turned it off
soapboxes
halfway through.
Yeah.
You know, by the time it started earlier, it started like at 7 my time, which means it started 4 over there. I don't even think those those actors and the people on the crew. Well, the crew I think is different. You know, the crew wants to be known for their work, just like when they had the best casting director. Nomination, which I do think they do a lot of hard work, making sure everything's all set and they can get the right people in, because without them, what happens? They get the wrong people in, a movie could tank.
Yeah.
But it's do we really need it to go on for 4 hours, 5 hours?
No.
I think now it's going to go on YouTube in a few years.
It's just, they're looking for somewhere where they've got a built-in audience now, I think, that because the TV ratings are just going down and down and down every year. If you put it on YouTube, then, you kind of bury those ratings a little bit, don't you? You don't have to say that not as many people as watching, because people are just going to click on it and it counts as a view. And so many people will click on it just to go in and out, see what's happening. They can just bury the bad news that way, can't they?
And the winner is, my name is Tom Selleck for Cialis. And then you got to wait till the end of 3 minutes, before you can hit the skip button. And then, there's the clap at the end. You can't tell me they're not going to do that. But I think, I'm glad Amy won for Weapons. And
it's great how much horror was recognized this year. Like 3 major movies.
It wasn't horror, it was picture, right? It was just they just did it as picture.
Well, no, I know, but to have Weapons, Frankenstein, and people shouted, "Oh, it's political that Sinners has got so many nominations." No, it's not, because how do you then, like, Frankenstein had a bunch of nominations and Weapons got nominated and won. It's got past that now. I just think that it's the quality of horror movies is getting better, and when they're as accessible as these films are, then why shouldn't they be recognized? And I think it's great that they are. Like Amy Madigan was fantastic in Weapons. I know Davey's not a fan. He's he often brings that up, that he lost interest in Weapons in that third act. But I've watched Weapons probably 4 or 5 times now with different people, and I never tire of watching it.
4K.
I really like the film.
I like how also a lot of studios now, like A24. I was talking to you, off air about Undertone, and when I told you and Dave to check it out, because as us being kids from the 70s and 80s, not a lot of movies creep us out. We've been desensitized because we had slashers, blood, gore shoved in our face, for so long. But generally, I agree with Dave in a lot of points that he says. The atmosphere is what made the movie. Not knowing where the sound's coming from made this movie. And a lot of people said there was no payoff, and I'm just like, what are you talking about? The whole movie. I mean, a lot of these. What was the movie with the found footage, but it was a camera in the bedroom, and Paranormal Activity was made for what, $500. And it spawned a whole, a whole series and franchise.
Yeah,
and that was just taken from one thing. It was the whole, and that didn't have no payoff.
No,
really,
no. I'm quite happy. Like I said earlier, with ambiguous movies for sure. Yeah, I love an ambiguous movie.
So we're getting to the point. I'm still, I'm looking forward to a lot of. Again. What movies are you looking forward to this summer? Because it was the first day of spring today. We're getting into a lot of the meat and potatoes of the industry. Like I said on this channel, I'm looking forward to Spider-Man. There's never been a bad Spider-Man movie yet. My kid, this is gonna be the first time I'm taking my son to go see it. I'm expecting good things, but that seems to be the big blockbuster coming out this summer. But I can't think of anything else that's being widely hyped up.
It's gonna be massive. Because you've got Michael for one that's coming. I'm not talking about horror or genre pictures here, but just in general, Michael. Devil Wears Prada 2 is going to be huge. Obviously Spider-Man. What else have we got there? Masters of the Universe is coming along as well. Yeah, there's some great stuff coming along this summer. I think that it's and starting now with Project Hail Mary, which everybody should go and see because it's fucking awesome. It really is.
What about Mandalorian?
I'm not. I mean, I'm sure it will be huge and great if it's a good movie. I'm not like, I will watch it at some stage. I'm not clambering to see it in any way. I did like the TV show, but that whole Star Wars universe for me is just kind of fragmented so much that I've kind of lost interest. Evil Dead Burn as well.
It's not your Star Wars.
No.
That's the thing, though. Do you think it's a bad idea that movies go from a TV series then jump into a movie?
Is what? Sorry, say that again.
Is it a bad idea a TV series, is on for so long and people find, they like it a lot, and then it jumps into a movie? You think it loses a lot of people, just like Mandalorian was a series, now it's a movie?
I think we're in a world now where there's kind of parity with the production values of TV and movies. It's just, I think, you can dance between the two if you're good enough, but I think we need more great original content. Like I said to you, Project Hail Mary, which is amazing that this film is going to be as big as it is this weekend, given that it's original IP. I know it's based on a book and everything, but it's not it's not like a sequel or anything like that. It's just going out there. It's huge. It's a great story. It's really heartfelt. It's emotional. Amazing effects work, direction, performances, all that kind of stuff, and deserves its 96%. I'm plugging away here now, so come and see it this weekend.
Are you going to go see Supergirl?
No.
Come on. Well, you were really a big fan of the Superman movie, right? You thought it was okay.
No, I thought it was okay. But no, I'm not interested in Supergirl, I don't think.
Avengers Doomsday?
Yeah, I'll probably go and see that.
Yeah, as long as it's not a Deadpool Wolverine movie again.
Tell us about because I really don't want to, I've got to go pretty soon, but tell us about your new channels. Channels. Are you doing 2 or 3?
I don't know. So on my next channel, I'm going to go and I'm going to put a link here eventually. I'm working on the intro, and the intro is coming out fantastic because the intro is falling in line with the topic I want to do, and that's comic books, collecting, getting into the hobby, traveling around, going to a lot of flea markets and people's homes that are selling stuff, not breaking into them, but going on a hunt, looking for a lot of these.
Someone's at my door. One second. Yeah. Sorry. 1 second.
So going, looking at these hunt, looking for a lot of vintage books. But I'm going to really dig in because anyone who follows, the comic book genre, and I'm probably going to lose half the audience here, but that's fine. That's why I'm going to still keep this channel open. There's not a lot of talk about modern books that come out now. Everyone is looking for Bronze Age, Golden Age, Silver Age. They're the Copper Age, if you can find any of those, and going on to the hunt with those. It's I want to go into that because I'm getting my kid into it. I could show my kid Total Recall. I could show my kid other things, and they won't be intrigued by it. My kid doesn't like Star Wars, as much as some people. And my kid doesn't like, he likes Spider-Man when Spider-Man is on TV. He doesn't like Peter Parker. He wants to see Spider-Man in the costume, and that's what a comic, can do for him. And Dad says, Clayface is going to be an R-rated horror movie, apparently, with a comic book film. Clayface is going to be awesome. It's a Batman villain, Darren.
Yes. Yeah, I've heard all about it. This is the Flanagan thing. Yeah. Oh, he was attached to it, wasn't he?
Yeah. It's Davey. Dude.
Evil Alex says, it's Daz at the door.
So that's why I want to do. I may be doing another channel, but that channel is going to be personal. I'm not even going to promote that channel on here or anywhere. It's you're going to have to find me for that. Dave really quick says, I'm optimistic for Scorsese's What Happens at Night with Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence, another psychological horror drama. I'm in. Yep. Just like kind of like Shutter Island, right? Kind of, I mean, not like it's going to be like that, but a psychological thriller like that.
Yeah.
But Darren, really quick, what's going on with your channel, Only Sans?
Well, first off, sorry about that. I was getting a delivery and it was supposed to come at 10 past, but it came early, so I had to run down 3 flights.
It was your colonoscopy kit, right?
It was my probe. Yeah. What's going on? So I have on Only Sans. Yeah, I'm doing an episode with Chris Stanley for his channel on Sunday morning. I've then got a members only stream on Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. UK, 12 p.m. Eastern. I'm then interviewing Gareth from Slasher Trash, doing a documentary about his Facebook. Oops.
You're good.
Am I there?
You're there. You're good.
Okay. Yeah. I'm interviewing Gareth from Slasher Trash. He's part of the creative VC crowd, the guys who did In Search of Darkness and everything. So that's happening on Tuesday. And there'll be a couple of other things popping along as well. So I've got lots in the pipeline, but I'm so out of breath at the moment after running. I need my Ventolin or something.
And when can we expect the, guess the 80s female anatomy quiz on your show?
Yeah. Probably it'll be way off yet, Frank, I think.
Daz, I think I got you beat on that. Right, Dave, Chris, Mr. Anus.
Did you see that picture?
I did.
That was great. Did it say Angus or something on it?
It's his dog, Angus, and then he just put the mic right there.
The mic was in the way and he didn't realize it. That was great. Well,
Darren, thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. It was nice to get back together. Solar Lamb will be back, but we'll work that out, Darren and I. We're going to come back maybe for major announcements, stuff like that, but now we're having fun, doing our own thing and being in each other's chat rooms and playing along with quizzes or just being part of the community, just like you guys are. And it's quite fun. Darren, that seems to be it.
Cool.
All right.
Do we
How about
sign
this?
off?
We'll do it. As always, stick to the roads.
And the best of luck.
We'll see everybody soon. Take care.
See you later, guys. Bye-bye.